Welcome back to Croatia, everybody. We are going to be in Trogir today to visit with some viewers, Ron and his son Aaron, who are currently living right outside Trogir, Croatia, which is near Split. And so we're going to check out their cost of living, their lifestyle, and then our next episode, we're going to be coming back to Trogir to check out the city. So let's go. What's the name of the island we're on today?
We're on Chiovo, Okrug Gornji,
It's near the city of
Trogir.
which is not far from Split, Croatia. Okay, so today we have with us Aaron and Ron and a couple expats living here in Croatia. But first, let's take a look at where they live, and then we're going to find out a little bit more about these guys. This is the building that Ron and his son Aaron live in. They have matching apartments that they bought in 2016, and if they wanted to sell today, they would double their money. It's part of the reason that they are in Croatia as building developers. So let's check out the apartments. Okay, so we're coming into the apartment, and so you have the toilet, shower, good sized bathroom in here. Coming out towards the living room area, you've got a really nice spacious open floor plan. You've got the kitchen, looks like a 4-burner stove and a oven at your microwave. Looks like a pretty good size refrigerator in here too. And this beautiful balcony. And you can see why they would want to have this location. This is a beautiful view. Nice outside table area to hang out. And then the bedroom is over this direction, and the bedroom is pretty good size. It's a good size wardrobe, and this is where the there's a toilet in this area, so you have your own private bathroom in here. And as we come upstairs, another bedroom. There's a wardrobe up here in the hall area, and here's a bedroom, storage area. So do you guys even have the pool down here? Wow.
That's your unit.
Yeah.
If you're new to our channel, Julie and I, we're traveling the world with our 2 dogs, Katie and Arya, trying to see what it's like to live in other countries and checking out the cost of living, and we do the tourist things as well. Now, as we travel, we use IMGlobal health coverage to ensure that if there's a medical emergency, we have medical coverage that will have our back. That being said, I went ahead and got appointed with IMGlobal. I do have an affiliate link in the video description. If you're interested in medical coverage as you travel the world, if you're traveling long-term, short-term, if you're a missionary, if you're an expat, a nomad, foreign exchange student, or even a company looking to cover their employees, please look at the link and look at the plans and the options with IMGlobal. I will receive a commission, and I will only receive a commission if you use the link in the video description. If you can't find that link, please email me at warrenjulietravel@gmail.com, and I'll send the link to you. So now let's get back to Ron and Aaron. Who wants to start? Tell us about your backstory. What brought you to Croatia?
I had kind of felt that the direction of the United States, both, I guess, mostly economically, was not stable, and it was time to maybe go someplace where the money was a little bit farther, the situation was a little bit more stable. And so in researching, we eventually came to Croatia, where you can have a really nice climate that's somewhat similar to Southern California, and you could have prices that were very, very cheap, and it was still it's a first world country here. You have the amenities of a first world country, the infrastructure of a first world country. All the while, the money goes a lot farther than it would in the United States, for example. So that was why we settled on Croatia. There's no annual property tax. You don't have inheritance tax either. So pay a one-time fee and then be free, theoretically, for the rest of your life. We'll see how that goes. But
Well, now what's interesting is you both are living here in not together in the same apartment, but side by side. So you were able to get a good deal on these apartments side by side.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
you bought how long ago?
2016.
2016. And from what I understand, your property values have doubled since you bought?
Yes.
And you're working now in property development?
Yes.
In terms of our property value doubling, it was when we came here, things were still relatively unknown. Like Croatia was always, I guess, popular with maybe the Germans and the Poles and countries like that, but it really wasn't an international country until recently, and people really didn't know about it.
Cost of living. What if you can kind of expound upon, you bought your place for approximately 90,000 euros in 2016. Yes. So each unit was about 90,000, and now probably valued at about 180,000 for the 80 square meters. Mm-hmm. So about 90,000 euros for 80 square meters.
Beautiful apartments.
Yeah, nice. So once you've purchased this, what are the other costs that you have to that you have on a monthly basis?
Well, the electricity, it depends where you're at in the U.S. Electricity can be higher than some places. If you don't use your, I never use the air conditioner. I don't need to because of all the breeze living near the sea. So that helps. In winter, I have to turn on heat. So let's see, it was about 500 kunas per month for electric per apartment. 500
kuna per apartment. So it's roughly 6.5 kuna to the dollar as we're speaking today.
Yeah, so somewhere about $80 or $90 a month for electric.
Okay.
The water is included in our annual maintenance fee, which comes out to, I think, somewhere about 500 euros for the year.
Okay.
And that takes care of the pool and all the electric around the, the lights around the building.
That's roughly $60 a month then for that.
Yeah, and then we have the Rue Day bill, which is somewhere about...
That's trash.
That's the trash, yeah, for about $6 a month. And what other thing?
Medical.
Water. Oh, the medical. We're on a different system, but when we first were here, it was about $80 per month, and then we got an extra thing added on, which I think was $15. So it's really not expensive, but you have to pay a year in advance. Our food is about, for the two of us together, we shop together, it's between 3,000 and 4,000 kuna.
3,000 and 4,000 kuna a month for the two of you to shop together?
Yeah, so it's about 500, but that includes everything, like laundry detergent and soaps and...
Wow, that's two people.
Most of the year, things like going to Krka, the national park, and going to other places, it's not expensive. It just gets expensive during tourist season. And we've gone to the islands and drive around the islands. That's always a lot of fun. And I go hiking, which is really expensive.
Yeah. And obviously, I think he's being facetious, everybody, on that one.
I want to digress for one moment, because I have actually heard this on a number of occasions. Shoulder season versus tourist season, prices are different, correct?
Yes.
They can be.
Not
every place.
For example, the parking place over here from November 1st to May 1st, it's totally free. But then May 1st, it's about when tourists start showing up, so they start charging.
Some restaurants have the same prices year round, some don't, some really elevate them. So some products in the store will stay the same price.
Kaufland, the major store that we go to,
yes,
prices stay the same. We have a diesel, and we travel, and each time I fill it up, it's about 60 euros. And filling it up maybe once a week or once every other week.
Okay, so that's
he travels back and forth to Split a lot.
Okay.
And I am not joining him on those trips.
When Ron and I were talking earlier, we were talking about rental prices, and it seems like you can find something for 400 to 500 euro a month for a year-round rental. Definitely not tourists, guys. But for a year-round rental, you could do it, just like Montenegro.
Yes,
so I was surprised.
The thing you have to look out for is some will rent you in the off-season for that much. Mm-hmm. But then when the tourist season comes in, they kick you out.
Or escalate the price.
Yeah, but normally they kick you out because you're not going to want to pay the price they're charging.
we're not doing a residency expert video for Croatia, so I apologize. But what we've learned from speaking with these two expats, as well as one of their Croatian friends that we were out with today, that there is an ability to live in Croatia for 12 months every 18 months if you have a home or own a home in Croatia, so as part of property ownership. So there's a kind of a residency status that you're able to obtain through home ownership. And there was not a minimum property value for that ability?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
And as far as I know, there was a property tax when we first came here. We had to pay 4%.
Yeah, but that's upon purchase. You do not pay.
Yeah, but I
any
think
property
I think that
tax.
tax is gone now. They lowered it 1% each year. So it went 4, 3, 2, 1, and now I think it's gone.
Because of your residency type of status that you currently have, because you're currently under an employment type of scenario now, that you're able to have all of your medical tied into your residency here through your through working in
Yes.
Croatia. So if somebody's here because of property ownership, they would still have to have a private insurance. They're not part of the medical system. Is that right?
No, they can get their temporary visa, and with that they have to pay $80 or $90 a month. They get the national health
That's the
insurance.
national system.
And that's
Okay.
compulsory, mandatory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, they have to pay a year in advance. You're paying a year in the past, actually.
Yes.
So if somebody wanted to live here in Croatia and listening to you guys talk about your budget,
But keep in mind, we're not being 100% thrifty. If we were going to be a lot more stingy, the bill could be a lot lower.
I'm gonna just guesstimate that if you're living on basically $750, $800 a month each, after your home is owned and you're not paying anything out there, then somebody wanted to have an extra $700 a month to go out. That's still less than the typical Social Security check of $1,550 a month. So somebody on a Social Security budget, if they were able to come here and buy a home, they're probably able to live pretty well for $1,550. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple is $2,500 is the average Social Security. So retirees looking to come here, or digital nomads, I'm gonna say if you're looking at that $1,500 or $2,500 budget, you're probably safe to come here. Again, assuming home ownership, renting can vary, and it sounds like from what Julie researched, it's reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Croatia is livable, and there's the 12 months and 18-month option with home ownership. And you got our little country Montenegro to the south that you can easily go spend some time there. And you don't have to do, from what we understand, 6 months out at one chunk. So you can do 8 months here, take off for 4 months, come back for a couple, go back out for a couple. But it's the 6 months out over the 18-month period. So you can look at other countries. So if you were looking at exploring Europe like Julie and I, this could be a potential good home base because maybe you want to leave more than 6 months out of the year. If somebody wanted to contact you guys about opportunities for finding housing in this area or real estate in this area, are you guys able to help people out with that? I think you guys were going to dabble in the real estate a little bit.
I can direct them to some contacts and show them some of the projects that we're working on. And so if you link my Facebook, that would be...
And we do know a lot of agents. You want to work with a real estate agent over here, for sure.
If you come to Croatia, you have to make sure, well, first visit here. Don't buy something sight unseen. If you want to actually reside here, if you're just looking for an investment property, whatever, but if you actually want to reside here, make sure you have some friends here first who can help you navigate the system, because the bureaucracy can be very, very, very tricky here. And if we didn't have those connections, I don't think we would stay here as full-time residents. I think we wouldn't have dealt with the bureaucracy. And you'll hear a lot of people, expats, say that. Well, what I would say is I do think Croatia is worth coming to, but it all depends what you want and how much you're willing to spend. In my opinion, This is the nicest country. I just think there are obviously pros and cons, and it's something to research, but it again, it just depends what you want. I find that if you really, really love nature, this country just has such good infrastructure to get to all the little hidden gems that you want, like to go to lakes or different things. This is no exaggeration, but this country almost feels like there's no culture shock. Like if you're coming from America and then you come to this area, Trogir, there's like almost no adaptation you really have to do. Everyone speaks English. Things operate largely the same way, and everything is pretty much first world. You can drink the water year round,
And they treat you well.
So-
This is the first place I've ever felt was home.
And
So when I went back to the U.S. recently, I dreaded going back.
as
To the
as
US.
a refresher, you are from which part of the United States?
Well, I've lived in 13 states, but most recently California.
In the Los Angeles area?
Yeah,
Irvine?
Orange
Yeah.
County. Yeah, and I did not like being there. I couldn't wait to get back here. And then when I get back here, I'm home. So I really didn't feel that way about any place I've lived until here.
It says a lot.
Well, everybody, we hope that you enjoyed today's conversation with Aaron and Ron here in Croatia. As a reminder, Julie and I, we're traveling the world with our 2 dogs, trying to see what it's like to live in different places. And of course, we do our tourist stuff and adventures. If you haven't already, please subscribe and don't forget to give this video a like. And until next time, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.